Brittany's leg was damaged and it was sprained for 3 days.
She was very distraught and freaked out and upset.
The dogs, yes, I did see the dogs. The dogs were outside. She brought them inside the house.
My dogs are my life.
My baby,
That's completely unreasonable.
If you want to fight, I can get you boxing gloves, but we're not here for that. My first case ever with worms.
Come here, Sophie. Get him, Rusty.
Can I say something?
No. If she hadn't had an oral agreement, how do you do? I know you've all been sworn. I have read your complaint and your countersuit, sir. You were a tenant of the defendants?
I have
You were
been.
the one?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And your name is what?
Joanne Carrianas.
Okay. Was there a written lease?
Yes, I do.
Are you still living there?
Yes, I am, sir.
You're claiming that the defendant let your dogs out?
That is part of the case, yes, sir.
All right, that's part of the case. All right. Let's just talk about that part of the case.
Okay, well.
When did that happen?
On June 13th, he entered my house without proper 24-hour notification. I was sleeping at that time. My 9-month-old son at the time was sleeping.
What time was that?
This was at 12:40 p.m. I heard someone entering my house. I jumped out of bed. I was in my underwear. I slammed the door in my room and questioned who was out there, and he said, "Oh, it's just me, your landlord, Chuck. I'm here to get the refrigerator." I threw something on, came out, and I said, "Well, why isn't that you didn't give me 24-hour notice?" And he said, "Well, I called you 20 minutes ago, but no one answered the phone. So I figured you weren't home." I said, "Well, my truck's in the driveway. You know, that's a good indication that I was home." You know, why?
What happened to the dogs?
Well, I went outside to the backyard, unlocked the gate, asked him to please lock the gate after he left the property. I left for 2 hours, came back, put the dogs out.
You told him to lock the gate.
I went outside to unlock the gate so he could go get the refrigerator. He stated that his son was outside with the truck and that he was not going to come back tomorrow to get it. He was going to get it today.
Was the refrigerator supposed to be fixed? Or
It was a broken refrigerator that did not work. That was in my
being
garage.
replaced?
And it had been out there for 6 months.
Okay.
So I went out to the backyard, unlocked the gate for him, and I left. And I said, "I'm leaving. Please lock the gate when you come back, when you leave."
And the dogs were outside?
They were in the house at the time. I came home, let them out. A few hours later, I went to bring them back in.
Did you check to see if the gate was locked?
Well, I had checked, and I noticed that the lock was on there, but he put the lock on improperly. And it's kind of a shoddy gate, and if you don't put it in the grooves properly, the dogs can get out.
Did you put it in properly?
He did not put them in properly. He did not put it in
The
properly.
dogs already left.
The dogs were gone.
Did you have that conversation with her, sir?
No, sir.
Never discussed it?
Never discussed any of those issues. What happened was I had told her a week before that I needed to come and pick up the refrigerator. I had replaced the refrigerator she said was leaking. It was in the garage. My son needed a refrigerator, and I told her I was coming to pick it up. And I had called her about an hour and a half before, and I called her again. I left a message on her answer machine. There was no answer.
Did you walk into the house, sir?
No, sir.
On your own?
No. I first knocked on the door, and I rang the doorbell. No one answered the door.
Did you go in?
Then I did go in, and she came out in her pajamas and said, "Can you come back later?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I've got the movers here. Would you please just let me in the gate? I'm sorry to inconvenience you."
You didn't talk about the gate and letting the dogs out?
No.
Did you see the dogs?
The dogs, yes, I did see the dogs. The dogs were outside. She brought them inside the house.
Okay. So the dogs, you say, got out. How long were they gone, ma'am?
They were gone till the next morning.
What damages have you suffered?
What damages have I suffered?
As a result of that, yes.
Well, Brittany's leg was damaged, and it was sprained for 3 days. I had to keep her in total refinement.
Do you know how that happened?
She was out for 24 hours almost.
Did you take her to a vet?
I had called my...
Did you take her to a vet?
No, I did not. Can I...
Yes, but you see, you have to answer my question first.
No, I did not take her to a vet because she couldn't walk. I was by myself and I couldn't carry
Ever
her
take
and my
her to
son.
a vet because of this?
Huh? No, excuse
What do you
me,
mean, huh?
I did not.
Pardon me?
I did not take her to a vet because of
You
this.
have no monetary damages.
No, sir.
You're claiming emotional distress as a result of
Yes,
this?
I am because it's.
How long
it's-
did you suffer emotional distress?
Because of this
Yes.
and the trespassing? This has been going on for 3 months now.
We're talking about this specific incident.
This specific incident with the dog?
Yes. Your complaint says you suffered emotional distress
Yes, I
as a
did.
result of his letting the dog out.
Yes,
The
I
dog's-
did. They were out for 24 hours and she was injured for 3 days. She could not walk.
Talking about your emotional distress. How did this
Well,
manifest?
after this, he
Ma'am,
was-
please. How did this manifest itself?
How did it? Well, from this point on, I had written him a letter stating how.
No, your emotional distress. How did it manifest itself?
I've been very stressed out living there now because he's been harassing me ever since. I was crying all night. She came over in the morning to watch the dog, to watch my son for me so I could go look for my dogs. At that time, at 7 a.m., my neighbor.
We
that
have
lives-
now you're crying all night. What else? How else did it manifest itself? The emotional distress.
No, I just, I was.
What's that worth, crying all night?
My dogs are my life. I mean, she's
I
6,
appreciate
he's 7.
that. I'm asking you, how much money are you asking for as a result of that one incident?
Can I say something?
No, I'm asking her first, and then I'll get to you.
I'm claiming 3 months rent
I don't care what you
damage.
claim. I want to know how you arrive at it, where you get these figures. I can claim anything in the world, but I have to have some proof of it. If
Right.
you can't do it, maybe your friend. How long have you known this lady?
Over 5 years.
Okay. Did she call you as a result of the dogs getting out?
Yes, she did.
Did you go over to see her?
I went over the very next morning because first.
When did she first call you?
After 12 o'clock, when he had first entered without her without him calling,
You didn't
giving
see her
her.
that day or night?
I talked to her several times on the phone.
And
she was very distraught and freaked out and upset, and she didn't like somebody entering her own home without notice.
this what she told you?
I know, because she was crying and upset and very
How
distraught.
long did you talk to her?
For about 30 minutes.
What are your other damages? You're claiming other emotional distress?
Well, because of this, I went to the police station and filed a report, and the detective said she wanted to go over there and speak to him in person. And that, from that point on, is when
Did they
he's
file
been-
a report?
Yes, they did.
Do you have a copy of it?
Yes, I do. And that's from that point on is when he's really been harassing me to move out. And
You've been harassing her to move out, sir?
No, sir.
Let's go to your countersuit, sir. $2,400. What's the basis for it?
What I'm countersuing her for is, number one, she was late in paying her last 2 months' rent, and there is in the
That
lease.
doesn't amount to $2,400, sir.
No, and that her not keeping up the backyard and her not giving me the key to the house. She switched the locks to the house. She is not allowing me in the house so I can show it to prospective renters, as is in our rental agreement.
And that's worth $2,400?
That's worth 1 month's rent. It's going to cost me about.
How much is rent a month?
Her rent is $1,600. The market value of rent in that house is approximately $2,400.
Are you asking for any other damages, ma'am?
the reason why I have claimed the amount that I have is because that is the limit that you can claim.
The limit is $5,000.
Right,
ma'am.
and
You're
I
suing
did
for $4,800.
for 3 months rent. I have here.
3 months rent.
Yeah. Because he has been harassing me for 3 months, sir. I don't feel like I should have to pay rent to someone who's being harassed. I can't walk through my house and do as I wish
Honor, how
because he
have I
can
harassed
come in
her?
whenever
I don't
he
know.
wants.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
I can't
It's like
figure
he
it
has
out.
come in 3 separate occasions unannounced, just coming in with his key. That's why I changed the locks. You know, this very last time I
Your
was
Honor, that's
shaking, I
not true.
asked him
Since
to
you changed the
leave.
lock, has he come in?
No, now he can't. Now I get phone calls once
He
a
came
week
in
from
3
him.
times unannounced.
Unannounced. He came in on my
And
roommate
you're
one
asking
weekend.
for how much money because of that?
$4,800, sir.
Then you're asking nothing for the dogs and the Emotional distress?
This is all emotional stress, what he's caused on me. I have lost 10
All right,
pounds
we'll take a
because
short
of
recess.
this.
I'll come back and give you my decision.
When I opened the door, Smokey took off after their other cat.
Excuse me, when she kicked at both the cats, this is her story.
My 2.5-year-old plays with the cat. I have no worries.
Remain seated and come to order. This court is again in session.
This case is one primarily to be determined by credibility. Whose testimony is the more believable? I find plaintiff's testimony to be more believable than the defendant's. She is the type of person who would be emotionally distressed with the events that took place here. She is certainly vulnerable. Personality is such, as I hear it and see it, that she gets distressed easily. And there's doctrine in the law that says you take a person as you find him, or as you find her. As I find her, as I say, she's vulnerable. The defendant entered the premises at obviously 12:40 p.m. without the requisite 24-hour written notice. He also entered 3 times, causing her to change the locks. The dogs did get out. The dogs are beautiful dogs. They are her life. Her friend testified that she cried over the phone for a half hour. She says she cried all night. The point is, what is this worth in dollars and cents? That's all I can give you is dollars. It's very, very difficult to evaluate. The simple thing is to give you $119 for changing the locks. That's easy. But what else? Before I determine that, let me say that the defendant hasn't proven anything to me. There's no obligation on her part to pay for a gardener. She does have to take care of the yard, but that's part of the premises. But you knew she had 2 dogs. As pretty as they are and as nice as they are now, doesn't mean that they don't create a little bit of havoc in a backyard. And you knew that when you rented her the place. So as far as the countersuit is concerned, my judgment is that you take nothing. Insofar as the plaintiff is concerned, as I said, it's very difficult to assess the amount of monetary damage, but I think a fair figure is $1,000. So I'm going to give you $1,119, including for the locks. That's my judgment.
The dogs have gotten out plenty of times before. One time she had to pick up the dogs at the pound because they have gotten out. So there was a consistent problem of the dogs getting out.
I disagree with everything he says. First of all, I was very upset when he came in. I asked him to please leave, and he would not leave, and he was very determined to get that refrigerator no matter what I felt about the situation. I just think his whole behavior in the last 3 or 4 months has been ridiculous.
How, Joe?
You know, Chuck, first of all, there are laws, and you are a psychiatrist. How, don't you know the difference between right and wrong?
I mean,
it's disgusting that you could come into my house in the middle of the day and just you think that you have free reign of my house. Why do you think I changed the locks?
Joanne, number one, you didn't have a right to change the locks.
You own the house. You don't own me.
I don't recall saying that I was
do.
kicking at the cat.
And my cat latched onto her leg. He was defending himself.
Yeah, he impregnated my cat.
The Animal Court is now in session. The Honorable Joseph A. Wapner, Judge presiding.
I know you've all been sworn. I have read your complaint, ma'am. You had claiming the defendant's cat attacked you?
Yes, sir.
Where did this happen?
This happened at their home.
At their home?
At their home on September the 17th. I was getting ready to go to bed. Carol called and asked if I could come and keep an eye on the boys. They were asleep.
How old are the boys?
They're 6. She needed to take her mother home. So I said I would come over and be there for them. I went out into the garage to have a cigarette. When I opened the door.
Why? Oh, that's why you went in the garage to have a cigarette?
Right. None of us smoke in our homes. So their garage is their basic playroom, smoking room. Okay. When I opened the door, Smokey took off after their other cat. I don't know his name, and they started fighting violently.
This is Smokey?
This is Smokey.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they started fighting, and what'd you do?
Well, they were near the garage door, so I reached over.
Which door?
The side door, not the large door, but the side garage door. Yeah. I reached over and opened the door, hoping that maybe one of them would run away or they both would disperse. When Smokey attacked my leg.
Excuse me, when she kicked at both the cats, this is her story, nobody else was there, she told me she kicked at both the cats to get them to stop fighting, to break them up, and my cat latched onto her leg. He was defending himself.
Is that right?
That's what she told me.
Wait.
Sorry.
Don't interrupt. She says that's what you said.
Okay.
Did you say it?
I don't recall saying that I was
do.
kicking at the cat.
What did you?
I reached over to open the door. I may have tried to get them to go out. I don't actually recall, but he latched on to my leg.
Did you know the cats were in the garage?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Smokey was in the house.
Smokey got a reputation for being vicious or anything?
No, and that is why my friend is here.
Okay, friend.
My 2.5-year-old plays with the cat. I have no worries
I have
about
6-year-old
this.
twins.
You know.
Don't you want to let her talk?
Yeah.
And for 8 hours on the way down here from where we live, he traveled in the car with us.
Long and
No
short
problem.
of it is the cat's not vicious.
Yeah,
Not at all.
the cat's not vicious at all.
Did you know Smokey before?
Yeah, he impregnated my cat.
Well, that's not being vicious.
Being pretty friendly.
No, but that has nothing. That's
Even
that has no
humans do that.
Right, but that has no bearing on the point that he attacked my leg.
Because you kicked him. You kicked him.
Man, you're a bad
sorry.
woman.
I'm sorry.
That's why we're here.
We're here because she's a bad woman?
Well,
okay.
Your Honor, can I finish?
You did it again. You did it again.
May I finish with what has
I don't know if she'll let you.
I don't know either. If
Go
I
ahead.
could continue from what happened from that time.
The cat bit your leg.
Okay, the cat, he bit me. When she came home,
You have pictures of your bite?
No, sir, I don't. At the time, I didn't know it was going to even come to rabies and whatnot.
Come to rabies?
Well, I'll get to that. When she came home, she says, "I'll take you to Kaiser. I'll pay you $15 copay to take you."
Five.
No, excuse me, Your Honor.
Sorry.
Excuse
I'm
me.
sorry. She's
See this
lying,
fellow
Your
over
Honor.
here?
Yeah.
He looks like a nice man, but he's not.
Okay.
Carries a gun.
Okay.
He's tough. And if I tell him if I sick him on you, you'll be sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but
Did you see a doctor?
I swear it was $15.
Did you see a doctor?
Yes, sir, I did. I have it all here.
Okay.
Okay. I asked Carol, has the cat had his shots? She says, I don't know. My husband will let me know. 2 days passed. I heard nothing from her. I went over and I asked Dave, Mr. Blatter, has Smokey had his shots? He said, why? Apparently he had no idea that this animal had attacked my leg. I went in, I was treated. I was sent home with medication.
How much money have you spent on doctor bills?
Approximately $35, $40.
And what's then the balance of this $500 you're seeking is for what? Pain and suffering?
You bet you. This has
How long
been,
did you have pain?
For a good couple of weeks. I ended up going back to the doctor a couple of times. They wanted to give me rabies shots.
You're not a lawyer, are you?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. Did you consult a lawyer before you filed this lawsuit?
No. In fact, I had 1 day to prepare to come here, so
All right.
because I had filed in
Because what I'm going to
Vacaville.
ask you is a legal question.
Okay.
What's your legal basis for suing her, the owner of the cat?
If I can continue on?
No, you can't continue on until you answer my question.
Because she refused to pay me back for when I asked her to reimburse me for my medical bills.
All right, but you have to have a legal basis for it. I mean, one can be kind and nice and say, you were bitten by my cat, and I'd like to reimburse you for your medical expenses.
And I'm going to be
Wait,
scarred.
let me finish. Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
But that doesn't mean that she's legally responsible. Now, she's obviously taken the position she's not legally responsible, even though she might feel sorry for you. And so I'm asking you, because I don't know of any legal basis for holding her to this. And I want to know if you do. Maybe you know something I don't. See, it's not like having a dog where you have to have the dog on a leash. If she had a dog and the dog wasn't on a leash and the dog attacked you and bit you, you collect.
Right.
But this is a cat. We don't have the same laws with respect to cats as we do with respect to dogs. And that's why I'm asking you, because I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to, if I'm wrong, I want you to tell me. And I gather you really don't have a legal basis for suing her.
Well, I know that my leg is going to be scarred
I know
for life. You know,
ma'am, if my arm was cut off tomorrow, and the person who cut it where it was injured or who cut it off didn't have any responsibility, I couldn't collect.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to find out. You've got a witness here. I don't know what he's going to do. Are you a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. What do you know about this?
I just served the small claims papers.
Oh, you served the papers?
Yes.
Why you bring him?
Because of what was said to him when the papers were served.
What was said to you, sir?
Mr. Blatter said that...
Mr.?
Mr. Blatter, correct. He said that nobody legally owns cats. And
nobody legally owns cats?
Yeah, and I figured because it was in his home, he has responsibility for that.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't. Judgment for the defendant.
I thought Carol was my friend, and it turns out that she obviously isn't my friend. And I don't feel that justice was served.
The next day, I did offer to pay her copayment. I offered to drive her to the hospital.
No, she did not.
She declined, left her 5-year-old son at my house, so obviously my cat was not a threat. I babysat her son while she went, and I asked her again later to pay for it, and she said, no, don't worry about it.
No, she did not. That is a
lie.
lie.
And then at a later time, she came to my house and lied to myself and my husband about the cost and asked if we would have our cat checked for rabies, and it was 10 days after the cat scratched her and bit her.
There is no friendship
Obviously.
now. In fact, I'm glad there's no friendship because I don't want my child playing with her children anymore.